Hey there, it's Zoe Anna. So part 2 of the trauma series. Your body speaks to you. Are you listening? The body has a very intricate way of giving you a feedback of what is happening on a deeper level. Within the body, there is a matrix, a myofascial matrix, much like this jumper, much like this top. It's this framework, this interwoven strands that is your structure, that if you didn't have it, you would fall in a lump of jelly on the floor. Now, what happens when people have had trauma, they've suppressed or pushed down emotions when they were younger because of, let's be honest, we didn't know how to deal with it. There was no guidance how to deal with it. And it was part of your growth. It was part of your evolution as a human being and part of your journey as well, by the way. So if this is you, if you have the way that the body speaks to you, you may get pain in your hips, you may have pain during intimacy, you may get that tightening, it's called triasmus of the vagina, where it goes into spasm because there's a fear response so deep inside the body. You may get dysmenorrhea, so basically painful period pains. All of these signify tension, areas of bound flow. It's like having little bits stuck in this matrix. So then energy, life force can't flow through it, light can't flow through it. And when you're going on this healing journey, the intention is to shine the light upon the aspects of your body that have pain, to be guided how to go into it, not to run away from it, not to avoid it, actually go into the discomfort and be shown so you can learn how to repattern, rewire, and restore light and restore life to often very dead tissues. I'm going to mention the word labia. Many women think that it's just normal to have different size labia. Often it can be because those aspects of the body didn't fully develop because there was shame and there was different things associated with mother, father, and this is all the things that we go into in the womb healing. This is also the same of men with their testicles. I'm going to talk about this as there is so much trauma in society. The other thing about trauma is if you're continuing to feed and share your story from a wounded perspective, you are keeping the trauma alive, and you're also, if you're in that place of still blaming the other person that played the role in your human journey of what you're here to learn, then you will keep stuck in that cycle. Another way that I can recognize what traumas people have in their body. Hello, are you going to give me the ball? Give me the ball. Give me the ball. Drop the ball. Drop the ball. A dog wanted, it's over there. Dog wanted to play. Is I can notice it in their body where they're holding weight, where you're carrying weight. The weight, it's not often about what you're eating. Yes, it plays a role. Yes, your exercise plays a role. Even bigger than that are the emotions that you're holding on to and you're carrying around with you, and all those stuck areas that get stuck on top and stuck and become sticky, and it's hard to shift it. And then that's why you build up these layers of protection, this unconscious protection, because there's a fear of love, there's a fear of being loved, there's a fear of opening up. Fear hides love, and trauma, you can rewire, you can reset anytime you choose to make that choice and you start to be proactive in your healing journey. It does not happen overnight. It does not happen overnight. We are multi-layered, and you have to start at the physical layer. You have to start at the physical layer, and what happens past the physical layer, that's the lower density, from the ground to the knees. The knees are a doorway of the ego and the pride, to then go into the emotional body, to then start to feel into the essence of the spiritual body, to them being able to open things up into higher consciousness. You cannot bypass, you cannot hack or avoid going in. You need to go down, you need to go into the depths, and that's why working with someone that has done it themselves is a wise move, so you don't feel like you're scrambling and you're on your own. So yes, I wanted to share that. The pain, the body is always speaking to you. When you ignore the messages will get louder. They will get louder and louder and louder. Call it a cosmic slap, until you start to wake up, that you start to see that you need to actually go into those aspects and stop running from them, stop hiding from them, stop masking them, because they do. Ways that people mask them is in addictions, codependency, excuses, blaming, still feeling angry to the people that played a role in your experience of the trauma that you're still carrying around with you. So it's about having the courage to start taking responsibility for drawing a line in the sand and saying to yourself, no more. That you're actually going to start taking those baby steps, step by step. And each day it gets better, each day it gets lighter, each day you feel more free. And I always get excited when I have pain come up in the body of, what are you showing me right now? What am I holding on to? What is it I'm being in resistance of now, that you are then bringing up this pain in my body to get me to pause, to be still, to see the pain with the highest level of honor, and be courageous to go into it, to be curious, to then ask to be supported by nature, by my breath, by getting out the way of that arrogance of trying to fix it or make excuses for it, and simply be with it. As then it releases and you start to breathe in more love, you start to bring in more light. And that is what we've gone through, this transition phase, and many more people are going to go through this, and it will get uncomfortable for people. When you're waking up, when you suddenly start seeing things from a different perspective, it is confronting. And pain, illness, things will happen in your life. A beautiful pivotal pause in this tapestry called your life, so you can start to make more refined choices. Start to ask yourself, what are you still carrying around that's still heavy? What are you continuing to feed because you feel it's an identity with who you are? You're not your pain. Your pain is a messenger that's simply passing through to assist you to go deeper, to go through the layers, to learn how to know thyself, and also unfuck yourself from the inside out. But we need to start from the outside in, by meeting the physical, meeting the resistance, and then going into that. And it's a really beautiful journey, and it's such a gift to share this with everyone. So have a beautiful day. If I hadn't had the experiences, if I hadn't had the trauma, if I hadn't had the pain, if I hadn't had the disappointment one after the other, I would not have had the insights or the rich wisdom that flowed through from that, and I wouldn't be who I am today. So I'm grateful for all of it. And I did say on my last video I would do it all again, to have those insights, to now to be able to share this beautiful, rich, sacred medicine.